thought it might be nice to share with you a typical evening routine on the PCT. The first thing I had to do was think about how far I wanted to walk each day and where I wanted to stop. This choice would usually be made between lunchtime and late evening, and it resulted in how tired I was, but also where suitable camping spots were. Quite often along the trail, you can sometimes walk a couple of miles without finding anywhere suitable. I always made sure an hour or two before I got too tired I knew exactly where I was heading. Once I'd found my camp spot for the evening, the first thing I would do is go onto my Garmin InReach Explorer and message home to say that I'd arrived at camp for the night. As soon as I'd done that, my first job was always to go down and collect water. I always knew in advance if there was water at camp. If I knew there wasn't going to be any, I'd make sure I'd collect it on the way before I got there. I couldn't wait to take my shoes off each evening. I am so glad I chose to carry a spare set of camp shoes. I'd always make sure to wash my horrible, dirty trail feet each evening and let them air out as long as possible. Before setting up my tent, I always made sure that it was free from any little critters, stones, twigs and rocks. I carried with me a ground sheet to protect my tent from anything on the ground. I loved to set up my tent without the rain fly whenever possible, so I could look out at the stars and really feel like I was part of nature. Once my tent was set up, I would then filter the water I had previously got from the river or streams. I would normally get as much water as possible, one for cleaning my feet and having a wash, another for that evening's meal and drink, and also to fill my water bottles up for the following day. I would then boil the water in my stove, ready to start making dinner, so that can be cooking while I continue my other chores. I'd inflate my thermarest using a pump air sac, blow up my pillow, and get everything ready for bed. Usually by this point my dinner would be ready, and I would try and sit outside as often as possible and have my evening meal. I would always ensure to stretch fully at camp each night. If the weather was bad, I'd often do it in my tent, but where possible I would be outside trying to do some kind of yoga routine to stretch out those weary muscles and try to prevent as many injuries as possible. To ensure I stayed hydrated, I would also have a herbal tea each evening before going to sleep. During this downtime, I would get my food ready for the following day. First of all, making sure my coffee was at hand for the next morning, including my breakfast and also my lunch, so I could pack it at the top of my pack easily the following morning. Before getting into bed, I would then clean my teeth and take my magnesium and iron supplements. Some evenings I would also sit round a campfire with trail friends. All that was left to do then was sit and watch any wildlife, reflect on the day, and truly appreciate being outdoors. Then finally it was time to tuck myself in and enjoy some well-deserved rest. I hope you have enjoyed this video and it's given you a little bit of insight into what I used to do on an evening on the PCT.